Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review one of my favorite childhood movies, in the 1993 science fiction action comedy. Well, not science fiction, what am I saying? Fantasy, Last Action Hero. How can I explain this? It basically has to do with this young boy who's a big fan of this fictional movie character, and he gets invited to see a screening of the movie before it's actually released. And he somehow gets into the movie itself. He goes through the screen, and then it's basically him trying to live in that world and uh, understand the person that this fictional character that he idolizes is, who this person really is, and they have to try and escape and survive. Oh, there's like mm, one, two main villains that are going after this fictional movie character. Uh, Jack. Jack Slater. I almost forgot that. Jack Slater. Uh, yeah, this boy and Jack Slater have to survive and evade these two main villains in the story, because they somehow don't like him, and they send a onslaught of bad guys to go after and kill him. And it's really clever on how he survives and gets away from them, hides, and how he ends up killing those henchmen. And there's this one particular movie villain that Jack Slater has fought that ends up having some sort of having a vendetta against him. And it's a very personal one. And then this boy and Jack end up going into the real world, hit this boy's world, and it, the tables are turned on Jack Slater, where in his movie world he could do anything without being hurt. In this world, anything you can like punch your hand through a window, you'll sorry break your hand, and you can't play chicken in real life like you can in the movies, like driving two cars head on like that. um, and then Jack has to fight off the main villain of the story in the real world. Excuse me. And that this main villain gets this other villain who has the vendetta against Jack, and then they fight it out. And it's this movie is very fun, very underrated in my opinion. I can watch this over and over and never get tired of it. I thought this had one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best performances in an action movie, because I think this is probably the most complex, maybe not complex, but it's certainly the most different movie and role that he has ever had, because we're seeing what the movie world is like. We're seeing what that's like from this kid's eyes and how he perceives it, and then we see the real world from how Jack Slater perceives it and how it treats him. So this is very action packed, very funny, and the story is also, to me, very, very strong and intriguing. It's a very interesting premise and a concept that I would have loved to see in a sequel, but that didn't happen. And it's almost 20 years ago when this movie came out. We're in 2011. That was back in 1993, so it's almost 20 years. And I grew up around that time. So a lot of those movies, those action movies in the early 90s, were fantastic. But Last Action Hero, oh, so many fond memories of that. I even did a tribute to it. So if I can put the link down here so you all can see that. So Last Action Hero, very fun, very entertaining, funny, action packed, very good story, great acting in my opinion. It has F. Murray Abraham, yeah, and Anthony Quinn. In one of his last parts, because I think, oh, no, he acted after that. But I think he may have died in the 90s, one of his last parts, and this really was a great uh, role for him. So, I highly would recommend for anyone to watch this. So a lot of the action sequences are so creative, well thought out, entertaining, interesting, dangerous, and I think I may have said this, but creative. Oh, and the fun and the humor. Every humorous moment, I think this it's nailed perfectly, and it doesn't. You don't go, huh? What's that doing there? Or why did that person say that? It's timed very well at the right time. Especially, there's this moment when Jack Slater walks out of this tar pit and he says, oh, there's something he says that cracks me up every time, so I can't remember it right now. But, oh, Last Action Hero. I have an interesting history with that because I saw it in the theater, and then I bought it 2 times on VHS. So you can obviously tell that I'm a big fan of it, and I made a tribute to it. But I really think you all should watch Last Action Hero. So I think that's all I have to say on this one. So stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.